We have made a metric butt ton of progress since our last video. We've got our magnificent electricians, Cove Electric, on site. We've got our installation crew on site. Above me, you can see a green ceiling. What does that tell you? We have applied approximately 10 inches of half-pound spray foam to the underside of the sheathing of this home. And then when it actually initially goes in, it's more white in color like that in order to eliminate its vapor permeance, because half-pound insulation is actually permeable. We spray a vapor barrier paint on there, which prevents any sort of vapor transfer. So that's happened up there. These guys are flying around the house, getting insulation in the walls like this. Because we weren't able, and we didn't redo the entire envelope of this home, we are not able to put the air barrier on the outside of the home, which is our typical detail. We get our air barrier either in plywood or Tyvek. So we will be putting a poly barrier on the inside, which will act as the air and vapor barrier for much of this home, just because that's how it's worked out. All right, so we can see up here all sorts of amazing insulation. You can already feel how much warmer the house is. You can also no longer see any sort of air between the window and the Tyvek. So we're getting that air barrier locked in. I'm actually noticing this one here. I might actually get the guys to add a little bit more caulking to this one window so that we've got really good seal there. So this home is pretty much ready for drywall to start next week. I'm not sure if that's actually going to happen or not, just because of the Christmas holidays. Again, nice continuous spray foam, going to keep these guys nice and warm in the winter and a lot cooler in the summer. I more want to talk about what's going here. So we had a site meeting last week going through all of the details of the upper floor of this home, and our designer and client have come up with a fantastic design for what's going to happen above this fireplace here. In order to make it happen, we went through a bunch of different permutations of how we could fix it or whatever else. And I mean, initially we were like, well, we can't do this. And so our designer and the clients were like, well, no, we want to do this. And myself and Darren were like, I don't know how we can do this. Anyways, we were here for at least 45 minutes kind of going over the different options and what we could or couldn't do. And so what we ended up doing is coming up with a really cool solution where we're gonna frame like a small wall down behind this plane here to hide all of the piping and everything else. Basically make it so that when you're, at where the camera is, you're gonna see this nice open channel above here, which is gonna allow the heat shift application of this fireplace, right? Like that's what these ducts are for. Instead of the viewing screen being extraordinarily hot, the hot air actually rises up through these ducts and comes out over the roof here. I'm pointing this out and I bring this up because all the time there are details and little things that need to be thought about and problems to be solved on construction jobs. And it really does require a whole team working together and collaborating to come up with a solution that makes sense, works, and makes everybody ultimately happy. Here we are on the main floor of the house. This is the mudroom laundry area. This is actually gonna be pretty much all millwork on all four walls here. Millwork here with a countertop, millwork right behind me, millwork, washer and dryer over here. All insulated. Windows have all been sealed up now, so you can really notice that the home is already a lot quieter from the outside and a lot warmer on the inside. All right, so we're in the kitchen now. You can see here we have got a massive 10-inch duct for the hood fan. Amazing. That thing is really gonna suck. We had the kitchen island here, it's no longer. We've got the wiring, or like the kind of layout for the kitchen island. We've got rid of that for the time being. We've got the electrical for the island ready to rock and roll here. You can see there used to be steel behind here. This is 2-pound spray foam because obviously you don't get a lot of room to move with steel posts and beams and whatnot. So that's as insulated as we can make it. We've got folding door here. I mean, there's a folding door over there as well. There will be a folding door there. We've got 2-pound spray foam going on everywhere. And where there's not 2-pound spray foam, there is R20 insulation, or R24 actually, with vapor barrier on top of it, poly vapor barrier. So tons of progress. Now, talking about how we get large scale projects like this done more efficiently and effectively than others, we break the floors down into their own separate sub-projects. So what we are doing is we're actually cascading our trades through the house. We're gonna have the drywall start on the upper floor, flooring started on the upper floor. Once they're done, they're going to move down to the main floor. Then the cabinetry installers and tile setters will start working on the upper floor. And anyways, so on and so forth, right? So everybody will go from upper floor to main floor to basement and out. And by doing things consecutively and sequentially like that, it allows us to compress a time frame, right? If you're waiting for one trade to finish doing everything they need to do in a house or a project of this size, you're gonna be waiting forever, easily adding 50% to your project duration, possibly doubling it. So when we make sure that we're just kind of cascading things through, it's just another way that Sprucehill sets ourselves apart in terms of making sure that we get our projects completed more quickly and more efficiently for our clients, which always results in lower costs and usually better quality too. Thank you so much for watching. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Looking forward to showing you where we get to in the first week of January. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a great day.